Hi there, Heba. Another set of essays from you. Very happy to see it. So let's see what you wrote here. Let's see, pizza sales, huh? Okay. The line graphs illustrate how much pizza was sold in 3 different countries in the UK, during 2018. Overall, it can be clearly seen that England and Scotland showed an upward trend in the sales figures despite multiple fluctuations during the year, whereas Wales experienced a downward trend in pizza sales. Yeah. Okay, throughout 2018. Yes. How about this? Since all 3 of them experienced a lot of fluctuation, you could have said all 3 countries or all 3 regions experienced considerable fluctuation. However, England and Scotland, overall experienced an upward trend, whereas Wales experienced a downward. So they do all share that fluctuation because I don't want it to seem like Wales just decreased, okay? It didn't just decrease. It did a lot of crazy things. So if you had said that, it would have just been one step more descriptive, okay? All right, let's move on. From January to June, the starting figures of sales in England stood at less than 10,000. Let's see. January to June for England is what we're talking about, right? So purple, January to June. I don't see that at all. From January to June, it was just in January that they were 10,000. So I don't know why you're saying that about June. I mean, in June it's like 80,000 or something. So I'm a little confused about this. Yeah, and I also think it's kind of strange for you to lump 5 whole months together. But all right, I mean, other than the fact that what you wrote is inaccurate, I'm going to move on and see what else you said. Whereas in Scotland and Wales, capital W, pizza sales started at less than 60,000 and 140,000 respectively. So 60,000, yeah, and 140,000 respectively. Okay. So you don't mean from January to June. You just mean in January, the starting figures for sales in England stood at less than 10,000, whereas in Scotland and Wales, pizza sales started at less than 60,000 and 140,000 respectively. Now that makes sense. England's pizza sales grew suddenly to just above 140,000. Okay, after which figures fell gradually to reach a low of nearly 80,000 in June. Okay. In Wales, the figures dropped significantly in February to less than 60,000. Wales. Yes, okay. And a similar pattern occurred in Scotland, where the pizza sales plunged to less than 10,000. However, in Wales, the sales showed a marked rise in sales from March to June, despite mild fluctuations, while in Scotland, the sales experienced another drop in June before rising again. So essentially, you're talking about the first half of the year. You've been really rather descriptive, but it's fine. I mean, I can make perfect sense out of it. I have been referring to the data to see what you wrote, but so far so good, okay? From June till December, okay, England's apostrophe S pizza sales peaked in July, let's say, and reached just above 140,000. That's true. But their numbers fell dramatically and stabilized till November. It would have been nice if you had told us where that drop was. It was about 80,000 or so. Okay, and stabilized till November at around 80,000, after which the figures picked up again, not passive voice. In Wales, the sales experienced a dramatic fluctuation before falling down. Falling down is what people do when they trip and stumble and they fall. To less than 60,000. Finally, Scotland witnessed another 2 drops in sales before the sales grew to above 140,000 by the end of the year. All right, now, if I had to complain about anything in this graph, it's the fact that you had a really sizable paragraph for the first half of the year. In fact, it wasn't even the first half of the year. Well, yeah, it was. Okay, so you had a sizable paragraph for the first half of the year, but I felt like you treated the second half of the year much more briefly. So I think I would have liked a little extra description. You can even tell from like the lengths of your paragraphs. You've got about 8 lines here, and here you only have about 5. So if even an extra sentence or so would have been good. I just felt like you dealt with, like this, for example, you dealt with that really, really, really briefly, but I think that there was more to say. I feel like here you could have given some extra data, okay? And in fact, you also just have to look at how many pieces of data you give in this paragraph and see how many you have here. Here I can see right away 3 pieces of data, whereas here you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay? So you've got double the information here, all right? Now, I'm not trying to say that you have to match that or you have to be like really too concerned about this, but I definitely felt like the second paragraph, the second detailed paragraph was underdeveloped, and you know, I even have figures to show you that. Here you've got like 7 pieces of data, here you only have 3. So keep that in mind. Try to balance that out a little better. Other than that, it's a lovely response. You've done very nicely. I thought it was a strong attempt. Like I said, I felt like this paragraph was underdeveloped. That for me was the weakest part because you did cut the year in half. So one would expect that whatever you did in this half, you're going to do in this half as well. But you clearly didn't. So that's something I'd like you to fix a little bit, okay? Now let's take a look at your task 2. All the people in a company should be treated equally and provided with the same number of holidays in a year, or people doing different jobs enjoy different. That's a strangely worded question. Okay, let's see what you had to say about it, though. It is often believed that employees in the same business, no, not the same business, house in the same business, must be compensated fairly in terms of work benefits such as vacation days. Yes. However, I'm of the opinion that candidates with multiple job descriptions are entitled to have various amounts of holidays. This essay will discuss why people performing various tasks deserve different vacation times. All right, that's interesting. What are you saying? That somebody can work in the same job but have multiple titles? Interesting. Let's see how you develop it. There is a number, there are a number of positive arguments that support the viewpoint of providing equal amounts of holiday to all employees regardless of their jobs. First of all, fair treatment in a business is essential to succeed in the short as well as in the long term. For example, McDonald's fast food company gives equal vacation days to all the employees in different parts of the world to establish equality and a fair working environment. Oh, careful, we don't write apostrophes. We don't write how many contractions here, okay? So it should be fully written out. That is. So that is why these types of businesses are capable of sustaining their business model across the years and serve as a role model for new enterprises. All right, I don't know how relevant that is, but okay. Another point to consider is that fair treatment, get rid of that A, stimulates productivity and motivates the employees to demonstrate loyalty and not to quit their jobs. However, I tend to believe that this business model cannot be generalized to other sectors, such as the industrial sector, where workers perform physically demanding jobs which correspond to equal holiday times or breaks to maintain productivity. Okay, all right, interesting. Let's continue and see what you said in the next paragraph. For those who support that employees should be entitled to different amounts of holidays based on their various tasks or duties, believe that such a trend has significant benefits for both groups, and I agree. Firstly, holiday privileges should be performance-related, which in turn can promote fair competition and compensation. Facebook, for instance, At Facebook, for instance, the hiring managers apply various vacation schedules according to the job description of each employee. This strategy not only allows motivation and enhances productivity, but also creates a suitable environment for creativity and innovation as workers have sufficient time to relax and unwind from work stress to be able to think of new projects or ideas. Hence, without applying different vacation structures on employees with different job commitments, the efficiency of the enterprise might be stagnant or even deteriorate in the long term. Okay. I don't know about this expression, the efficiency might be stagnant. I don't really think that that creates a very natural sounding collocation, okay? All right, let's move on now. In conclusion, although applying a system of equal vacation days to all employees may be a fair and positive strategy, I firmly believe that employees with different jobs should be treated differently in terms of holidays so as to sustain productivity and job satisfaction, which is considered a win-win situation for both parties. Okay, fine. This is actually really quite good. If I had one complaint, it would be here where you're talking about why people performing various tasks. So as you could see, And here you said multiple job descriptions. When you said that, I thought, look, well, what is Heba trying to say? Is this to say that, let's say, for example, my job is controller, but my job is also data analyst? I mean, so that's where I was confused. And in the second body paragraph, you made it a little more clear that this, what I just suggested, is not what you meant to say. You meant to say something else, okay? But it does create a little confusion, because remember that your introduction is basically the first impression that the reader gets. So this created some confusion for me. Keep that in mind. So, Heba, it's my understanding that you're ready to take your exam. You're definitely ready. I think you've been doing a great job. This was a well-written essay, if you exclude that one little area that created some incoherence and some confusion. But other than that, it was a well-written essay. So I want to wish you lots of luck. Do keep us posted on how you do. And I look forward to hearing from you very soon. Good luck.